Hey kiddos! That's Moo in the background, so if you see that moving, it's because she's moving. I have a cold, a really bad cold, so just bear with me on that. I filmed an intro a few days ago, but then my camera died and I lost the charger. But I don't want to film another intro because I like the way I did that one, so I'm just going to shove that in there. So I'm going to preface this video real quick with 1, I was asked to do it a lot. 2, I don't want to mute comments on this video, but I will if they get nasty. My opinions on dreadlocks have changed since I had them. Just want to start with that there. That's why they're gone. But people asked and I have the answer, so here it is. I'm actually gonna show you how I did my dreads. I already have my hair up. I'm literally just gonna do this one. So I'm gonna show you how I put it in and then also how I brush it out. We're gonna start, I hope you guys can see, it's kind of dark. I'll try and keep my head tilted so that my dark hair doesn't blend in with the dark background. But you're just gonna take your little thin tooth comb. You can get these at like the dollar store, like a dog flea comb that I used to use. Do really well because they're metal, and this is what I use to brush out my dreads because they bend but they won't break. This is like the 5th comb that I've had because these teeth, because they're plastic, they will break. And so this is what I use to brush them out because it's metal, but we'll get to that in a sec. You want to kind of twist it so that it has shape, and then you're just going to brush backwards. You're gonna basically just kind of give yourself a knot and brush down, 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 and it's gonna start to tighten up. And you're gonna want to not like brush everything at once. You're gonna want to start at the top, make sure that it's tight. So like brush a bunch and then go towards the little knots and push them up so that it's tight and knotted up here. And then I'm gonna make it tight down here just so that I can show you what to do with the crochet hook because you really can't see. So obviously if your hair is curly, you're gonna have a lot easier time doing this. My hair is naturally pin straight and like super slick, so this is really hard to do. Just get some grip. Yeah, so it'll start doing stuff like that. And then again, make it tight. Okay, I feel like this is enough to show you what you're gonna want to do with the crochet hook. So I'm gonna get as close as possible. Okay, cool. So you guys can see that right now it's just kind of like a weird knotted mess that's got all these little frays on it. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your crochet hook, the tiniest possible one that you can find. This is super tiny. Mine is a 1.3. And you're going to take your dread in between your fingers, take your crochet hook, and just move it in and out. And like have your fingers squeezed so that when the crochet hook moves, it grabs some hair and pulls it through. And then you're gonna twist and keep doing that. And then twist and do it again. Move down a little bit, twist and do it again. Move, twist, move, twist. You'll know if your crochet hook is too big if it's not going in and out with ease. If your crochet hook is too big, it'll be catching and like pulling the entire dread. If your crochet hook is small enough, it will be able to go in and out of the dread easily and maybe pull a couple hairs with it because that's the kind of the idea. That's how you know the crochet hook is big / small enough. So just keep doing that pretty much all the way down. And then you'll see, so it's significantly less frayed than it was at the beginning. It's still frayed obviously because I'm not trying super hard. Now I'll show you how to like end a dread. There are 2 types of ends. There are paintbrush ends, which is when you leave the tip like this, like a paintbrush. And then there are blunt ends when you know, blunt them so that it's not paintbrushy. I originally had paintbrush tips and then hated them because my hair is so straight and like oily just naturally. At the beginning they would just kind of fall out, and so I did blunt them towards the middle-ish, I guess, like maybe a month or 2 in. Okie dokie. So get that end nice and tight. And you're gonna have like several hairs down here that obviously don't want to join the party quite yet. Literally just keep brushing them as much and as tight as you can. Like they're gonna get real small, and just keep going. Persevere. So here's another. This is what it looks like right now, and then I'm gonna crochet hook it, and we're gonna watch the magic. See, look at it now. Now it like looks like a little dread. It's way less frizzy. So crochet hooks are magical. If you think you don't need one, you're lying to yourself. You definitely need one. My eyes look really green. Wow. Take your crochet hook as far down as you possibly can, even the hair that isn't like back combed and knotted, and that's just gonna help like kind of start everything. So I'm just crochet hooking down until I literally can't because the hair isn't like I want it to be. And then you're just gonna take the little fuzzy ends, kind of bend it back towards the knottiest part, squeeze it between your fingers, crochet hook the heck out of it. Because what this is gonna do is pull those loose paintbrushy tips into the already knotted areas, and it's gonna pull that all in, make it nice and blunt so that all of the hair is kind of like joined together, I guess, for lack of a better term, so that it's not coming apart. So you're just gonna crochet hook all of that into each other. So this is kind of what you're gonna end up having, if it'll focus, is this. And these ends, obviously, you can fold back and get in so that it's nice and more blunt. And I guess I'll do that for you guys. I guess. The only downside to blunted ends of dreads is that it does make it a lot harder to brush out, because those ends are like woven into other parts of the dread. It makes it really hard to kind of get a good grip and brush it out, where with a paintbrush you have an end that is hair, that is like still straight, or I guess curly hair, and so it's easier to start there and be able to brush down. But anyway, this is a very rough presentation of what a dread would look like. Obviously also very thin. This is how I did it. So it's really very simple. Back combing, crochet hook, back comb, crochet hook until it's really tight. This is a very, very loose dread because I did it quickly. You really shouldn't be able to pull it out like that, but we're just gonna pretend that this is a good one. Now for brushing them out. So this is what I did, what I prefer to do. Get a brush like this. I cannot stress that enough, because you will go through like 40 of these because the teeth break so easily when you're brushing something out, especially something that you've had for a long time. So take this, take your little comb, get as close to the bottom as you can, and just kind of like, it's gonna hurt, but just kind of pull out. Obviously it's gonna be easier for me because I've had this in for like, 20 seconds. So you'll start to get these feathery tips and just kind of go to like the next knotted area and then slowly pull it out. You're not going to want to try and brush down from here because obviously this is a huge knot. When you brush out any knot, you want to start from the bottom and work your way up. And so that's pretty much what you're going to do to brush out a dread. I also found that if you take the brush and come at it like this, it pulls some knots out a lot easier than if you come at it like this. So if you're reaching a part that's like particularly annoying, just pull down like that. If you can, pull the dread apart, like make it flatter so that the knots are spread out over a surface rather than like put together, I guess, because then it also makes it easier to brush out. And then your hair's perfectly fine. Obviously it's going to take a lot longer. The longer you've had your dreads, the tighter they are, the more you have, that kind of thing. So yeah, that is how I did my dreads and took them out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please be kind. You're obviously entitled to your opinion, and I agree with most of your opinions. Rejoice in the day and be glad in it. I will see you guys later.